and many households across America were unable to watch Kimmel's return last night. Nexstar and Sinclair, two major TV station owners who together account for roughly 70 ABC affiliates in the U.S., continued to preempt the late night show, despite Disney bringing it back nationally. Both groups are also pursuing major business moves that would require FCC approval. Sinclair is exploring merger options, while Nexstar is trying to close a $6.2 billion merger with another big station owner, Tegna. Meanwhile, about an hour before last night's broadcast, President Trump took to social media to rail against Kimmel's return and issue a threat to ABC. The president posted in part, quote, "The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Kimmel is yet another arm of the DNC. And to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative."
Well, you know, the last time they gave $16 million, there were attorneys on both sides saying this could go either way. Nobody would say that banning a late night host or trying to ban a late night host actually would again be a proper way to go forward. I just wonder how many of these lawsuits that get thrown out is he going to do? At what point does he understand this only makes him look like a loser?
His appetite for these seem pretty endless right now.
Yeah, I mean, New York Times, thrown out. Because of a stupid, I don't know, 80, 90-page, pleading, calling, Donald Trump basically everything short of His Majesty. I mean, how much longer? How much longer were the threats?
Yeah, the judge in that case noted that the actual complaint didn't come till page 80 of that thing, and he threw the whole thing out. He said it was nonsense and a waste of time. I mean, this you would think would be too, but I think the underlying message here is, first of all, per my reporting, no one at ABC communicated to the White House that the show was canceled. That simply it was off the air indefinitely. That was the statement that ABC put out publicly. We don't know if there's a private conversation the president's alluding to, but certainly we have not uncovered that was the case.
Where does this come from? He grew up watching late-night comedians make fun of Richard Nixon. He grew up watching late-night comedians make fun of Jimmy Carter, make fun of Ronald Reagan, just unmercifully made fun of Ronald Reagan for 8 years, made fun of George H.W. Bush. I could go to Bill Clinton, my God.
I mean, he himself made fun of people.
That has happened every year over the past half century.
Of course.
So why does he think that things change today for him? They don't.
No, they don't. David Letterman gave an interview the other day in which he noted he went after every president while he was in office, Republican, while he was in his job, Republican or Democrat. No one once tried to stop him. They complained, of course. They publicly joked about it, but no one even lifted a finger to try to stop him. But President Trump has shown time and time again how thin his skin is. We know when he was a guest at the Correspondents' Dinner 15-odd years back that was certainly, he was at the butt of those jokes, didn't like it. This is the same tactic where he complains about fake news. If it's something negative, he goes after it and suggests that the person who wrote it, reported it, said it, shouldn't have the right to do that. That is a threat to free speech. That the post last night, before Kimmel went on air, Willie, can only be perceived as a threat to free speech. And again, him suggesting he's going to use the levers of government to go after his foes. We have seen that over the weekend, directing the Attorney General to go after political foes. And in this case, it would sure seem to be the FCC or others and the nonsensical claim about the DNC to go after his foes in the media, too.
And suggesting in that post that Kimmel is part of some Democratic Party conspiracy, making a link. Again, we've talked about when the shoe's on the other foot. Do you want these rules to apply when Democrats are in power? Should they go after Fox News hosts that they believe are in concert with Republicans? You can see where that would go. And to your point about thin skin, Donald Trump is aware of all those past comedians, but he wasn't the butt of those jokes. And now it's about him, and he doesn't like that. I'm remembering, you mentioned George W. Bush, who every night, late night comedians, cable news host, every single night.
I got to say, two stand out.
Yeah.
One,
come on, the door
in China.
Yeah.
Letterman loved that.
Yes.
And of course, the second one that he always would go back to is dribbling the deflated basketball.
But I'm thinking.
Every single night. And never once did
But
George W. Bush,
thought it was
never
funny.
once did George W. Bush say they need to be taken off the air.
No.
Every night he was unmercifully ridiculed. Every night, Bill Clinton, a Democrat, unmercifully ridiculed. Never once did Ronald Reagan unmercifully ridiculed. Never once did these Republicans or Democrats ever even think of suggesting they be taken off the air. Not one time.
To illustrate the contrast, I was doing an event a few years ago at the George W. Bush Library at SMU with Lorne Michaels. George W. Bush is in the front row of this event. They play a clip montage for about 15 minutes of Will Ferrell mocking George W. Bush. I go, ooh, and I look over, and President Bush, not polite laughter, has his head thrown back in laughter, holding his gut because he thinks it's so funny. The contrast of that with what we're seeing now.